The Formation of the Cherokee Nation by Franklin Wright. What is the Cherokee Nation? It is a diplomatic society composed of the 7 Cherokee tribes. These tribes are deer, bird, paint, wild potato, wolf, longhair, and blue. The formation of the Cherokee Nation is very interesting. Events such as the invention of a written language and the case of Cherokee Nation v. Georgia. The Cherokee territory covered much land, as you can see in this picture. Sorry. This is the eastern United States. The Cherokees had territory in Georgia, which is actually a little farther south, South Carolina. Oh, Georgia's right here. Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, and Virginia. Their territory covered over 600 miles from east to west. So when did they start becoming more sophisticated and less tribal? A lot of advancements were made in a time of prosperity in the early 1800s. One of these developments was the creation of the Cherokee language, which is shown in this picture here. This was made by a native Cherokee by the name of Sequoia, which will be shown in a picture. This was Sequoia. Although some highly educated English-speaking Cherokees were against it, the majority of the populace loved it. The syllabary was easy to learn. Anyone who spoke Cherokee and learned the 86 symbols could write it as well. The prosperous Cherokee Nation took this written language to their advantage. They decided to make a printing press. The press they ordered had letters casted in both English and Cherokee. With this new press, they could make a newspaper. This would not only keep the citizens informed, it would have them be more respected by the United States of America. The newspaper that they printed was known as the Cherokee Phoenix. In this picture of the Cherokee Phoenix, you can see that it is both in the Cherokee language and English. As the Cherokee Nation grew, they adopted a democratic government composed of a chief, vice chief, and 32 council members who were elected by the members of the tribe. This government was nice because every citizen who met the age requirement could vote. Unfortunately for the Cherokees, this age of prosperity did not last long. Unfortunately for the Cherokee, gold was discovered on their territory in Georgia. This wouldn't normally be a problem, except for the fact that it attracted United States citizens. Because of this golden discovery, citizens from Georgia began to encroach on Cherokee land much more than before. This map will display to you the movements of the people from Georgia coming in and looking for gold in places on Cherokee territory, like here and here. Georgia was also enforcing their state laws on the Cherokee citizens. In doing this, they were disrespecting the Cherokee land and citizens. This was especially bad because Georgia was violating the treaties that the United States and Cherokee Nation had made. It certainly didn't help that the President Andrew Jackson was pushing to have the Cherokee relocated farther to the west. These conditions directly violated a treaty that said the Cherokee had an unquestionable and therefore unquestioned right to the land. Right to their land. At this point, tensions between the United States and Cherokee Nation were high. The Cherokee decided to take it to court. It was obvious that the Cherokee Nation needed the U.S. government to intervene. On the 27th of December 1830, the Cherokee Nation decided to file a bill that will restrain states from using their legislative power to deny the Cherokee people freedom. This bill would be going through This bill got through on the 1st of January on 1831. One of the reasons that they were able to do this is that they are considered a state. The Supreme Court judged that due to their interactions with the United States, Cherokee Nation can be considered a state. The Supreme Justice at the time was a man named John Marshall in this picture. When the case was taken to court, Cherokee Nation was denied their foreign nation status. And therefore the Supreme Court did not have jurisdiction. This document is the document that was made in the Supreme Court by the Justice John Marshall that denied the Cherokee Nation their foreign nation status. Luckily for them, a state of the United States could be sued through the Supreme Court. For this reason, the the Cherokee Nation were able to sue the state of Georgia. If I can get this working. Anyway, the Cherokee Nation decided to sue the. This protected the Cherokee Nation from Georgia for a while longer. This all worked out pretty well for the Cherokee Nation, leaving them much happier than they were before. Although this all happened over a span of quite a few years, it did turn out well. They had gone from muddy stick shacks to sturdy log cabins. Their territory was protected for the time being. Furthermore, the relations between Cherokee Nation and United States were a lot better. Thanks to the advancements made, Cherokee Nation was a respectable and functioning diplomatic government. The treaties that they made with the United States recognized them as a functioning government that could remain stable in both times of war and times of peace. Another great turnout is that Georgia was no longer able to enforce their laws on the Cherokee. Straight in a moment. Due to the new written language and better buildings, the Cherokee people became more educated and more safe. And this is how the formation of the Cherokee Nation went.